for today. And the word for today is voracious. Voracious means someone who has a huge appetite. The origin of voracious came from the word vorax, which is from Latin, and the word ears, which is from English. Now let's use it in a sentence. For example, we could say, he has passion for movies and a voracious appetite for the genre. Congratulations! We just learned another word today, voracious. Now let's go back to coding. So you enter www.scratch.mit.edu and click enter. You sign in, enter your username, enter your password, and you sign in. Once you've signed in, you create a new project, delete the cat, then you choose a backdrop, you go to the patterns, and you click lights. Once you've done that, you paint, and then you type, change the color to black, and you type spell when test. Change the from sans serif to serif, and then once you've done that, you go to the mouse pointer, you click it, and you make it bolder. Once you've done that, you make it big, and then you carry it towards the top, and you have your banner. Then you shift it to the side, and you go and choose a sprite. You scroll down, and you choose button 4, and then you change the size to 50, and you choose another sprite, and you could just search button, and you choose button 5. You set the size to 50 again, and you bring it up. Then you bring out, while going to the event, you bring out when green flag clicked, and then you go to the looks, and you bring switch costume to button 5A. Then you go to the button 4, and you go to the event section, you bring out when green flag clicked, you go to the looks section, and then you switch the costume to button 4B. Now let's try it. Yes, so it's blank. And you bring them towards the top right corner. Now you paint another sprite again. You call this a word, and you write philandering. Once you've done that, you make it big, like the last one. You put it in the middle now. You carry it over. Here, if it doesn't fit, you can shrink it a bit, and you put it back in the middle. Now, you make it bold. Once you've made it bold, you leave here, you go to the variables section, and you make a list. And you call the list spelling words. Once you've done that, you bring the spelling words list over here. You click on the plus sign, and you write philandering. You add another one, you call it ambidextrous. You enter another one and you call it pterodactyl. And you enter a fourth one and you call it Xanthopsis. After that, you will hide the spelling list by clicking on the check mark button. Once you click that, it will disappear. Now you go back to your philandering word and you choose a letter that you want to be removed. I will choose I. After that, you put an underscore there and you've gotten a missing letter. You duplicate it, and you make another word, you put it in the middle, like philandering, and once you've put it here, you change the word. You change this to ambidextrous. And then you remove the U and you replace it with an underscore. But first, you will make it hide. You bring up the hide button in the look section and you go to the events section and you bring out when green flag clicked. Then you copy the code, you duplicate it, and you carry it all the way over to spelling test. If it doesn't change spelling test, you carry it again and you go to philandering. And when you see that green light around it, that means it went there. Now let's check. Yes, it's there. Now you can delete the second copy. Then you click green flag, and yes, they're gone. But you want to show. So you go to the philandering, you remove the hide, and you go back to the look section, and you replace it with show. Now let's go again. Yes, now the word is showing. Now let's make some other words. If you don't remember the words, you can show the spelling words list. And then you see you've done philandering. You've gotten ambidextrous, so now we'll go to pterodactyl. You duplicate it, and then you go to the costumes. You edit the code. You write underscore pterodactyl. Once you've done that, you replace it back there. But first, you also make it hide. You remove the show block, you go to the look section, you scroll down, and you bring out the hide block and connect it to when green flag clicked. Now if you click go, you see it's only the first word that shows. Now we'll make one more word, and that will be xanthopsis. You duplicate it, and then you edit the word. Then C, and then you put an underscore, you put OSIS. After you've done that, you want to make sure it's showing. If you can't see it there, you go to the motion and you click on the go to X13 Y-35. If yours is a different number, it's okay. You can just click it. And now you can see why it doesn't show. It's in hide. So we want it to show. You click on the show, and yes, you see it. Now, you put it in the middle of the circle, and now you can hide it again. But to make sure that they all stay there, you add a block that makes them sit there. You add the go to XY. You add it to every one of them, You show one, you see it in a different corner, and then you bring it back, and you hide it, and you bring the position. And then you do it for the last one. Once you've done all that, we can begin with the code. So now that you've done all the words, you can hide the spelling words list. You go to the control section, you bring out the if touching, you remove it, you bring out the if touching else. So the if touching else block, it's basically a block where you run a code, but it has a new function. It has the else button in it. And that else means if this doesn't happen, then something else will happen. So we will put a code down here. You go to the sentence, you go down into the operators, and then you bring out the equal to 50. You change the 50, and let me tell you something. In the operators, you can write letters or numbers. So you write I. And put it back in here. And then you ask a question. So you go to the sentence again. You bring out the ask what's your name. And you write the missing letter. And once you're done with that, you bring out the answer block and you put it in the first area. Once you've done that, you broadcast a message in the events section. You make a new message and you'll call it correct. And you put a bracket and you write 1 because there is going to be more than one of these corrects. You put it in here and then you go to the else section. Then with the else, you broadcast a new message. And the new message will be called wrong. You don't have to put a bracket because it's going to be the same for everything else. You go to the looks, you scroll down and you bring out the hide button. Now you can see there's a show, so if you click it, write the missing letter. If you write I, it's correct and it disappears. But we have to work with this one. You go to button 4 and you rename it to correct. That way it will be easier to know it. You go to button 5 and you rename it to wrong. Once you've done that, you go to the correct button and then you bring out when I receive correct 1, you will broadcast another message. And that message will be next word. And then you put a bracket 1 because there are more words. You broadcast next word 1. And after that, you go to the look section. You switch custom to button for B and button for A. You go to the control and you bring out wait 1 second. You change that 1 second to 0.5. Now you bring that in and you put it above the broadcast. Now let's test it again. If you enter I, you can see it blinks. And that will tell you that the word is correct. Now let's go to the wrong. we could just copy the code, duplicate it, or bring it to the wrong. Well, it didn't show. You remove one of it and you carry the second one to wrong. And you can see a green light flash around it. Now you click on wrong and you have it here. Next, you change the correct one to wrong. And then you bring a new message here and you write, try again. Once you've done try again, you go to the philandering and you go to the events section. You bring out when I receive correct one and you change it to try again. Then you could just copy the code and to show, X write the missing letter and wait. Once you've done that, you go again to the look section. You bring hide on top or on the bottom, and then you go out again and you will bring a new block. Go to the sound, but it's not there. Where you have to go to will be the event section. Then you scroll down, and when you see create clone, you stop. You bring that out, and you can see myself. So that means it will only work on this. You could also click Sprite 2. But since Sprite 2 is you could only click myself. Once you've done that, you can also, when I start as a clone, and you copy this, and you put it in. Now let's try it. When I put A, it didn't work. When I put I now, we blinked, correct. But first, we have to work on the X sign. It didn't blink because this is its code. It's for the correct section. So you change it to button 5B and button 5A. Now if you type A, it's wrong. If you type I, it's correct. And now you can see how it works. But it's disappeared and it didn't show. We need to add another piece of code to it. In there, where you see the broadcast wrong, you copy this code, you duplicate it, and you bring it all the way over to broadcast wrong. And you also bring it again to here. Now let's see. Now let's try. K, wrong. I, correct. So yes, you can see how it works. Now it disappeared. Now all we need to do is to make sure the next word shows. Once the correct has received it, it broadcasts the next word. You can change this to word 1. You can also change this to word 2. This is philandering, and this is ambidextrous. So you go to the events and you bring out when I receive correct one, and you change it to next word 1. Once you've done that, you go to the look section and you scroll down until you see show. So let's see now. A, wrong. I, correct. And the next word shows. Now we need to make a word for it to work. We can go back to word 1 and we could copy the code. We could do that. We could copy from here, we duplicate it, or we don't need to. We could just carry the block and carry it over to word 2. And that green light showed. I need more back. So you click it and you see it here. Now you can put it here. You can see it creates a clone of itself. Now we need to make sure that the answer isn't I, it's a U. Because if you check the list, it shows a U, not an I. This is a U. So once you've done that, you go to word 1, you ring the try again, you carry it over here, and you can see it. You change and I ring it a new message. You call it correct 2. Now incorrect, you come back, you duplicate this, and you change it to correct 2. You go back to word 2, and then you change the answer from I to U. You also go back to word 1, and you copy it when I start as a clone. Once you've done that, you take it to ambidextrous. You change the letter from I again to a U. Okay, so everything looks fine. Let's continue. If you see everything is scattered, you can right-click the place and you click Clean Up Blocks. And you see everything is arranged in a single line row. You can also do it for everywhere else. Once you've done that, pterodactyl is meant to be a P. So you change it to P. You go up and you change the words to P as you also go. You go back to word 1. You copy the word and you bring it into pterodactyl. So you go back to word 1, you bring this code again all the way to pterodactyl. And yes, the word showed. Now you can bring the events when I receive correct 1, you change it to correct 2. Because this broadcasts correct 1, and word 2, you change it from correct 1 to correct 2. You go to the correct, you change it from next word 1, you make a new message and call it next word 2. Let's test. Q, no. I, yes. U, yes. You clean up the blocks if they're getting too much. Let's see the list. If you don't know the next word, let's try to fill it first so we can make sure it works in both ways. Let's try a consonant. We write Q. It didn't work. Now because I, it worked. Yes, it's working. You go again. A. Let's try a new word. Let's say L. It doesn't work. We say I. It works. It's a U, it works. P, it works. Let's try again. It is, or we could just put I, because we've tried it lots of times. A U, yes, a P, yes. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and most importantly, I hope you learned something new. Don't forget to subscribe, give likes, and share it with your friends. See you later. Bye.